I know many of you have been wanting me to get into Leah Thomas again. We might get into what's going on with Leah Thomas at some point over the weekend. I'll be honest with you though. We have covered that story so extensively. I have Leah Thomas fatigue. I feel like some of you guys in my audience have Leah Thomas fatigue too. Since November or December, I think I have talked about Leah Thomas at least once a week. So we might get into it at some point this weekend. We will see. But I appreciate all of you guys that sent me all the info about it. Also, the channel passed another milestone last night. When I went to bed last night, we had around 16,700 subscribers, somewhere in that range. I woke up this morning and we had surpassed 17,000. We have added over 1,000 new subscribers in the last 3 weeks. As always, I appreciate each one of you for all the support. You guys are amazing. I would not be here without your support. Thank you for sharing the videos with your friends and your family. If you guys continue sharing and supporting, I will continue to call out all the bullshit. I wanted to get into this story this afternoon because I believe this is an important issue. A couple of weeks ago, Kyle Rittenhouse announced that he was planning on suing multiple media outlets. He also hinted that people like LeBron James and Whoopi Goldberg could be included in the lawsuit. Just in case someone out there doesn't know or just doesn't remember, Kyle Rittenhouse was the kid on trial for murder because he defended himself in the streets of Kenosha, Wisconsin. He was acquitted, but even after he was acquitted, people like Whoopi Goldberg and the Young Turks falsely accused him of being a murderer. Numerous media outlets called him a white supremacist. He was called a racist. I mean, this kid was put through the fucking ringer. The media, they didn't want to demonize the shit fucks causing havoc in the streets, burning buildings, spreading their woke stench through the streets of America. Those were called peaceful protesters. But the second someone like Kyle Rittenhouse stands up to them, they want to demonize him, ruin his life. This kid will never be able to get a job. Everywhere he goes, he has already been prejudged by the false narratives painted by the mainstream media, with the assist of uninformed social justice warriors like LeBron James. Yesterday, a lawsuit similar to the one Kyle Rittenhouse filed was announced. Trevor Bauer, pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, filed a defamation lawsuit against Deadspin. Oh, Deadspin, my favorite brand of toilet paper. There are some far left media outlets that at least attempt to be factual. The Young Turks, for example. I know when I watch the Young Turks, I am getting a far left viewpoint. I know they're painting a narrative, but if they fuck up, at least they acknowledge and correct it, even though I don't think they have with Kyle Rittenhouse. But the Young Turks are what they are. Deadspin? Deadspin is just a woke piece of shit. They don't even try to present the truth. They spin facts, they twist narratives. Everything is viewed through the prism of race. You are more likely to find a dick in Jackson Mahomes' pants than finding the truth on Deadspin. I read through some of the 25-page lawsuit filed by Trevor Bauer. He is accusing Deadspin of trying to humiliate him, ruin his baseball career, by continuing to publish lies related to a sexual assault allegation that was filed against him last year. This is not the first time Deadspin has been sued for blatant lies and bullshit. They were involved in the Hulk Hogan lawsuit, what was that, about 10 years ago? The same lawsuit that bankrupted Gawker caused Deadspin to be sold to Univision and eventually Go Media. Deadspin kept claiming that not only did Trevor Bauer sexually assault this woman, but he also fractured her skull. The problem is, it didn't happen, at least from a legal standpoint. Authorities didn't find enough evidence to file charges, and it turns out the alleged victim didn't even have a skull fracture. Even after all other woke media outlets retracted or corrected this story, including Deadspin's own source, Deadspin continued to push the false narrative. This man is white. He is obviously evil. Let's continue to lie about him. So, we have Kyle Rittenhouse suing the media for lying, and we have Trevor Bauer suing Deadspin for lying. Now, this is great, right? I mean, we need more accountability in the mainstream media, right? 99% of what you see in the media is bullshit. The other 1% is lies. Every time the media lies about something or someone, they should be sued out of business, right? I, I'm not entirely sure this is the way to go. This is a very slippery slope. For one, I'm not a fan of lawsuits. I think the majority of lawsuits are frivolous, unwarranted. In my opinion, if you file a lawsuit and you lose, you should have to pay the legal fees of the defense. That would get rid of most of these baseless lawsuits that are nothing but cash grabs. Trevor Bauer is not suing for a cash grab. He has enough money. I don't think Kyle Rittenhouse is suing for a cash grab either. I believe he's trying to clear his name, though, I mean, that's not going to work. People who support him will continue to support him. People who don't will continue to be virgins. I don't like anything that suppresses free speech. Even though I don't agree with social justice warriors, I support their right to be full of shit. If LeBron James wants to believe Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't really crying on the stand, fine. That's his right. Should he be sued for having an opinion? No. The reason this is a slippery slope, this opens the door for the government to determine what's factual and what's not, what's true and what's false. I don't know about you guys, but I have zero faith in our government when it comes to determining the truth. Did you watch the State of the Union the other night? It was 62 minutes of lies and propaganda. For the past 2 years, the feds, along with the assistance of big tech and the mainstream media, they have been trying to censor free speech, all in the name of public safety, of course. Before the COVID, how many times had you heard the term misinformation? My guess is none. Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been banned from every online platform. Why? Because some nerd in an ivory tower thought he was too dangerous. He is spreading misinformation. We must shut him down in the name of public safety and interest. They did the same thing to Donald Trump. They just did it to Dan Bongino. I think that's his name. The dude that used to be a Secret Service agent, now he's on Fox News. He was kicked off YouTube for saying that masks don't work. Speaking of Donald Trump, The Hill. The Hill just had their YouTube account suspended for 7 days. Why? They played 2 clips of Donald Trump saying the 2020 election was stolen. Now, whether or not you believe that to be true or false doesn't matter. That's the entire point. Who is the arbiter of truth? Who makes the decisions when it comes to determining what is misinformation? Throughout history, anytime a society is divided on an issue like this, the solution's always been the same. More government regulation. That is the last thing that we need. The answer is never more government. The answer should always be less government. The government can't figure out how to efficiently put mail in boxes across the country. Do you trust them to determine who should be censored? I understand why Trevor Bauer and Kyle Rittenhouse, I understand why they filed their lawsuits. I really do. If I were both of them, I would be pissed off too. Some woke rag is trying to ruin my reputation, ruin my career. I'd want them to be held accountable. But there's always been a more effective way of doing that. Let the free market decide. The free market has already decided on Deadspin. This was a site that just over 2 years ago was averaging 20 million hits per month. Fast forward to now, Deadspin gets less than 2 million hits per month. Hell, their entire staff resigned a while back. They replaced them with woke shitfucks, and look at what has happened. The more woke Deadspin became, the less the market paid attention to them. Hell, I think I'm the only person that goes to Deadspin anymore, and that's only because I need content so I can shit all over them. I'm interested to hear where you guys stand on this. I have mixed feelings. I understand why both Trevor Bauer and Kyle Rittenhouse are suing. I understand the need for accountability in the mainstream media. I just don't like censoring speech, even if it's lies and bullshit. I would rather let the free market decide. But let me know what you think. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, kc_btl84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.